Imagine the Earth, our home, on thin ice. Climate change is not a distant threat, it is happening here and now. We're living in an era where the average global temperature is on an upward trend, resulting in the melting of polar ice caps at an alarming rate. It's as if our planet is running a fever that it can't shake off. This rise in temperature isn't just about warmer summers and milder winters. It's causing a domino effect of ecological changes that are reshaping our world. The great ice expanses in the Arctic and Antarctic are rapidly thinning, leading to rising sea levels. Weather patterns are becoming more erratic, with storms growing more severe and droughts lasting longer. These are not just predictions or theories, but observable realities. We're witnessing the immediate impact of climate change, and it's painting a stark picture. As we speak, our planet is undergoing drastic changes. To understand our future, we must first look to our past. Our planet has a long history of climate fluctuations. From the icy grip of the Ice Age to the balmy embrace of the medieval warm period, and the chilling touch of the Little Ice Age, these periods of climate change have shaped the world as we know it. Imagine, if you will, the Earth in the throes of the Ice Age, a period that stretched from about 2 million to about 10,000 years ago. The planet was cloaked in a sheet of ice, with glaciers extending far beyond the poles. This icy world was a challenging place for life, but it was not devoid of it. Woolly mammoths, saber-toothed tigers, and early humans all braved the harsh conditions, showcasing the resilience of life in the face of adversity. Fast forward to the medieval warm period, which occurred roughly between the 10th and 14th centuries. This was a time of relative warmth compared to the preceding and following periods. The warmer climate resulted in increased agricultural productivity, population growth, and even the expansion of vineyards in England. Yet, it wasn't without its troubles. Droughts in some regions led to food shortages, demonstrating that even periods of warmth carry their own set of challenges. Then came the Little Ice Age, a period of cooling that occurred after the medieval warm period, roughly from the 15th to the 19th century. Glaciers advanced, rivers froze, and winters were harsher. The Thames in London, for instance, froze over several times, leading to the famous frost fairs. But the colder temperatures also led to crop failures and famines, highlighting once again the profound impact of climate change on life. These historical climate changes were natural, driven by factors such as changes in the Earth's orbit, volcanic eruptions, and variations in solar radiation. Yet they serve as a stark reminder of how sensitive life on Earth is to climate change. These past events serve as a testament to the Earth's delicate balance. The present time paints a grim picture of our climate. Our world as we know it is changing at an unprecedented pace. The effects of climate change are no longer predictions for the future, but a harsh reality we face today. Wildfires are becoming increasingly common, leaving behind trails of destruction. Acres of forests, homes, and habitats are reduced to ashes, with the smoke creating a toxic haze that hangs heavy in the air. The very lungs of our planet are burning, and with them, our hopes for a greener future. Floods too are causing havoc, inundating cities, villages, and agricultural lands. Families are displaced, lives are lost, and the damages are often irreparable. The rising sea levels and unpredictable rain patterns, triggered by climate change, are making floods an all too common occurrence. Hurricanes, more ferocious and frequent than ever, are leaving a wake of devastation in their paths. These swirling tempests, fueled by warming oceans, are a stark reminder of the growing intensity of climate change impacts. Droughts, on the other hand, are drying up our lands, robbing them of their fertility. They are causing food and water shortages, threatening the livelihoods of millions, particularly those who rely on farming. And let's not forget the loss of biodiversity. Species are disappearing at an alarming rate, unable to adapt to the rapidly changing conditions. This not only disrupts ecosystems but also has dire implications for human societies that depend on these ecosystems for their survival. The current state of our climate is a reflection of our actions. We are witnessing the consequences of our unsustainable practices, of our relentless pursuit of progress at the expense of our planet. The clock is ticking, and we are the ones setting the pace. Every second counts in this race against time. We need to act now before it's too late, because the reality is there is no planet B. This is our only home, and we need to safeguard it for ourselves and for the generations to come. If we continue down this path, our future is bleak. Imagine a world where the sea levels have risen to unprecedented heights, swallowing entire islands and coastal cities. The melting of glaciers and ice caps, accelerated by our relentless carbon emissions, is the culprit. This isn't a dystopian novel or a Hollywood blockbuster. This could be our reality if we continue to ignore the warning signs. Mass extinctions would become commonplace in this grim future. Species that we take for granted today, from the smallest insects to the most majestic mammals, would disappear, their habitats destroyed by our actions. The intricate web of life would unravel, with consequences that we can barely begin to comprehend. Our food supply, too, would be in jeopardy. Extreme weather events, such as droughts and floods, would become the norm rather than the exception, devastating our crops and livestock. The breadbaskets of the world could turn into dust bowls, leading to widespread hunger and malnutrition. And then, there's the human cost. Millions, perhaps billions of people would be displaced by the rising waters and the desertification of once fertile lands. These climate refugees would be forced to leave everything behind, seeking refuge in countries already struggling with their own challenges. This mass migration could spark geopolitical tensions, leading to conflict and strife on a global scale. But let's not forget about the psychological toll. The stress and anxiety caused by these cataclysmic changes would affect us all. We would be living in a constant state of fear and uncertainty, unsure of what the future holds. This is a future we must strive to avoid. It may seem like an insurmountable challenge, but remember, the power to change is in our hands. Every action we take, no matter how small, can make a difference. We owe it to ourselves and to future generations to do everything in our power to prevent this grim future from becoming our reality. Yet all is not lost. We have the power to change the course of our future. Climate change is an undeniable reality, a daunting challenge that we face, but it's not an insurmountable one. We have the tools, the knowledge, and the resources to tackle it head-on. And the solutions are not just theoretical, they are practical, tangible, and within our reach. Renewable energy is a key player in this fight. Solar, wind, hydro, geothermal. These are not technologies of the future, they are technologies of today. They are cleaner, greener, and more sustainable than fossil fuels, and they can power our world in harmony with the environment, not against it. But the power of change extends beyond energy. It reaches into the way we farm, the way we eat, the way we live. Sustainable farming practices can help us grow food without depleting the soil or polluting the water. They can help us feed the world without feeding the climate crisis. And then there's conservation, protecting our forests, our oceans, our wildlife. It's not just about preserving the beauty of our planet, it's about maintaining the balance of our ecosystems, the health of our world. It's about understanding that every species, every tree, every drop of water matters in the grand scheme of things. But perhaps the most powerful tool of all is us, the individuals. Every action we take, every choice we make, can contribute to the solution. Whether it's by reducing our carbon footprint, supporting renewable energy, or advocating for policies that protect our environment, we can make a difference. We often feel small and insignificant in the face of such a global issue. But we must remember that change often starts with one person, one idea, one action. And when millions of individuals come together, driven by a common goal, they can achieve extraordinary things. It is in our hands to write the Earth's future. We have the power to change, to adapt, to evolve. We have the power to build a more sustainable, more resilient, more beautiful world for ourselves and for generations to come. The power of change is in our hands. It's time to act. The Earth is counting on us. Our planet, our only home, is facing a crisis unlike any other. But here's the good news. We have the power to make a difference. Each of us, in our own unique ways, can contribute to the fight against climate change. Think about the waste you generate every day. Can you reduce it? Even a small step like using a reusable shopping bag or a water bottle can make a difference. And what about your diet? Did you know that by eating less meat, you can help reduce greenhouse gas emissions? Consider the energy you use. Can you switch to cleaner, renewable sources? Solar and wind energy are not just buzzwords, they are the future. By supporting clean energy, you're investing in a healthier, more sustainable world. Every action counts, every change matters. Because the Earth, our home, deserves more than just